Alright, here we are with everybody's least favorite game. I mean, a favorite game. the, with me I have Patrick.
No, you don't.
Oh damn it, we lost him. So anyways,
Again,
it's just me now. Um,
by yourself. Just like, this is my favorite part of the
so Patrick, this right here, the main menu, best part.
game. Oh
Okay,
god.
so because apparently you've been rehearsing, why don't you explain this game?
Okay. Okay. So basically, this is a visual novel dating sim, that kind of genre game made by 4chan. It was inspired by some concept art drawn by some guy.
Named Ryder,
4chan
I
was like,
think.
let's make that a thing. And over many years, like more years than you think it'd take to make this game, like just people on 4chan made this. On several accounts, it almost didn't get made, but they made it happen. Is it good? Is it bad? It's a game. It is a game. Corn Fraps it isn't a game, but
Yeah, Flaps doesn't call it a game, so we had to find. We
it's a
were
thing.
searching. We went around the world, going to all of the best internets to find the one single program that would record this game and Skype, and eventually we found a streaming software that would do it, and that's what we're using, a streaming software.
Yep. So this is gonna go on Twitch. JK Lol
Well,
goes on Twitch. One guy's watching like this is probably the best thing I've ever found in his life
I
is
am
Lost.
so.
He becomes the new Robert DeWitt.
Oh God, we can tell. Well, I kind of want to tell the story of Robert DeWitt, but I feel like we should start.
Just go on the Katawa Shoujo subreddit and you'll find Robert DeWitt.
Oh yeah.
You'll find him.
All right, so I say we start. I guess I'll preface it by saying this. I wrote a review on this game on my website. It's a really bad website. I'm telling you this now. It doesn't get updated enough. But that's fine. So you're all gonna go to it and read that review and come back and keep watching this video. So you get a
Yeah.
pretty that'll probably give you a better idea as to what we have in store for us. But
Yep. This review. This is no IGN review. This is like a thesis on gaming.
it's gonna go to pieces on click. So fair bit of warning as we start. The first act is the most boring thing you could possibly imagine.
Smooth.
For the first half of it, it's the two most annoying characters in the game following you around for like an hour. Like an actual hour. And sometimes you manage to break away from them, only to instead run into a boring character. And then she sits there and it's like, do you want to drink tea for 20 goddamn minutes? And then that's how it goes.
Okay, well, let's just start off.
Yeah, let's do this. Let's go.
Good game.
This was a bad idea.
Just like
Oh god, I gotta do voices. A light breeze causes the naked branches overhead to rattle like wooden wind chimes. This is a popular treat for couples in the summer. The deciduous trees provide a beautiful green canopy far out of sight of teachers and fellow students. But now, in late winter, it feels like I'm standing under a pile of kindling.
pessimist.
I breathe into my cupped hands and rub them together furiously with, with pure rage to prevent them from numbing in this cold.
I'm just imagining a person just like rubbing them so fast, someone walks up behind them and just like, "Are you okay?" No. Just so fast it's bleeding.
I'm not okay, it's so goddamn cold. Just how long am I expected to wait out here anyway? I'm sure the note said 4 p.m. Ah, yes, the note. Slipped between the pages of my math book while I wasn't looking. As far as cliches go, I'm more of a fan of the letter in the locker, but at least this way shows a bit of initiative. As I ponder the meaning of the note, the snowfall gradually thickens. The snowflakes, silently falling from the white-painted sky, are the only sign of time passing in this stagnant world. The slow descent upon the frozen forest makes it seem like time has slowed to a crawl, just like the progression of the plot in this act.
Yeah, this is just kind of piece out talking about snow for a while.
The sling
And
of dry
then-
snow, there it is, snow, underfoot, startles me, interrupting the quiet mood. Someone is approaching me from behind.
Kenji.
Hisao!
Oh,
Oh,
fine.
you're gonna do this? Fine, do it, man.
Hi, Hisao, you came.
Flawless!
Oh, we don't know the gender of the person. Damn it.
Yeah, you spoiled it!
Spoiled them.
Hesitating, barely audible question really deafened me. However, I recognize the owner of that dainty, it's pretty
What?
dainty voice instantly. I feel my heart skip a beat.
Foreshadowing.
Oh, the foreshadowing. Ha, it's a voice I've listened to hundreds of times, but never as more than an eavesdropper to a conversation.
That's terrifying.
I really do want to point out that if this is to be believed, these two characters have never spoken a word to each other. I turn to face this voice, the voice of my dreams, and my heart begins to race. Wow, this guy's already beaten the game.
Oh, that's Hisao.
Yeah, there's our titular character. He's the title. There's our protagonist. And a useless character who never shows up again. I wanna go. I got a note telling me to wait here. What, it was yours? Damn it!
Immediately.
I spent all afternoon trying to come up with a good line, and that was the result. Was that what he came up with?
Damn it, he says, yells, damn it. And then her response, pathetic, and walks away.
I blew it. Pathetic.
Yes, I asked a friend to give you that note. I'm so glad you got it.
You know, I feel like this is gonna go well with you doing those kind of voices.
No, it's okay. I won't make. That's just her voice. That's her special voice.
A shy, joyous smile that makes me so tense I couldn't move a single muscle, even if I tried. Not even my heart muscle. That's why I'm dying. Help!
More foreshadowing.
Oh, that's probably normal. My heart is pounding now, as if it were trying to burst out from my chest and claim this girl for itself. It's terrifying, dude.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. So, here we are. Out in the cold. I don't know why I'm doing this raspy voice, but whatever. It fits him perfectly. Look at his face. This is what the kind of voice I'd expect him to have. Once again, the wind stirs up the branches. The cacophonous noise is music to my ears. Why? Iwanico flinches ever so slightly against the gust of wind. As it passes, she rights herself. Is that the sound?
Yeah.
Wind comes in. No, stop. Windy. As it passes, she rights herself, as if supported by some newfound confidence. Her eyes lock with mine, and she lazily twirls her long dark hair around her finger.
I'm doing that right now.
My hair's too short to do that. All the while, the anxious beating of my heart grows loud. Get it checked. Wait. My throat is tight. I doubt I could even force a word out if I tried. You see...
Damn it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Hard to know.
No, it's okay. Go back.
You
Redo.
see? You see?
What?
I want to know what's up with your heart.
Yeah. What the hell's that sound?
Go out with me.
I stand there, motionless, save for my pounding heart. I want to say something in reply, but my vocal cords feel like they've been stretched beyond the breaking point. He said, "Oh, God damn it! Go, do it."
Hisao?
I reach up to try to massage my throat, but this only sends spikes of blinding pain along my arms.
Hisao?
Ba-bump. My whole body freezes, save for my eyes, which shoot open in terror.
Hisao?
Yeah? The beating in my chest suddenly stops, and I go weak at the knees.
Sorry, I weigh every 10 minutes.
The world around me... Sorry, every 2 minutes I hoy. What were you saying? The
That's
world
why.
around me, the canopy of bare branches, the dull winter sky, Iwanako running towards me, all these fade to black.
It's
The
kind
last
of
things I
racist.
remember before slipping away are the sounds of Iwanako screaming for help and the incessant clatter of the branches above. So it begins.
This isn't like most kind of like dating sims where there's a lot of choices. This is kind of like
Oh, are
another
you a
like,
connoisseur?
yes, I am. There's like other visual novels which are a lot more choices. This is why this is like just a novel basically with like a few choices.
Yeah, I've heard one of the number one criticisms of this game is that there's not really too many branching paths in comparison to other games of similar type. Um, Rather, I don't care. This is the only one I have ever or will ever play. So,
I like the people who worked on this game and saw their 4chan usernames.
none of them use their actual names. Doomfest. and then you just have Mike NL. Yeah, Mike NL. Who's the only guy of his actual name.
Del.
Everybody. Delta.
God, Delta, you're a hard worker.
Corporal Pride.
Delta.
That's the guy who wrote Hanako. See, I'm a smart cookie. I know these stuff.
I want to get like be able to interview a person who wrote for
We
this
just
game.
we just call them up. Hey, we're interviewing you now.
They've been interviewed before,
It's been 4 months since my heart attack.
so that's what happened. You didn't just play.
It wasn't a way after all. It was something much worse. In that whole time, I can probably count the times I've left this hospital room unsupervised on one hand. 4 months is a pretty long time when you're left alone with your thoughts, so I've had plenty of time to come to terms with my situation. I don't know how to pronounce this word, but I think I might have figured it out. Arrhythmia.
Arrhythmia.
No. Here's the thing. It's arrhythmic. Because okay, so here was something that really confused me, and I figured out and I was so proud. There's a point in the game where somebody's walking is referred to as arrhythmic. But because of the fact that we have a disability that is basically the same thing, I was like, what do you mean she's walking in a way that means she has a weakened heart? This doesn't make sense. And then all of a sudden it clicked, and I realized, arrhythmic heartbeat. I was so excited. I've never been happier for myself. That was the happiest moment of my life. Arrhythmia. Because it's arrhythmic.
It's not in the kind of beat it should be. Good job.
Everyone's like, God damn it, Hisa, you're off beat. It's like, I'm sorry, I can't stop.
So, there's no like really musical person in this game
There isn't. A strange word.
except for Hanako.
Shut the hell up. A strange word. A foreign, alien one. One that you don't want to be in the same room with.
Racist.
A rare condition. It causes the heart to act erratically and occasionally beat way too fast. It can be fatal. Apparently, I've had it for a long time. They said it was a miracle I was able to go on so long without anything happening. Is that really a miracle? I guess it was supposed to make me feel better, more appreciative of my life. It really didn't do anything to cheer me up. I'm sorry, I'm drinking pop. My parents, I think, were hit harder by the news than I was. They practically had 2 hemorrhages apiece. I had already had a full day by then to digest everything. To them, it was all fresh. It was all skill. They were even willing to sell our house in order to pay for a cure. Of course, there isn't a cure. Because of the late discovery of this condition, I've had to stay at the hospital to recuperate from the treatments. When I was first admitted, it felt as if I was missed. For about a week, my room in the ward was full of flowers, balloons, and cards. But the visitors soon dwindled, and all the get-well gifts began trickling down to nothing shortly after. I realized that the only reason I had gotten so many cards and flowers was because sending me their sympathy had been turned into a class project. Maybe some people were genuinely concerned, but I doubt it. Even in the beginning, I barely had visitors. By the end of the first month, only my parents came by on a regular basis.
This is like the backstory to a villain.
Iwanako was the last to stop visiting. After
What?
6 weeks, I never saw her again. We never had that much to talk about when she visited anyway. We didn't touch the subject that was between us on that snowy day ever again. The hospital? It's
Except
not
that
really a
they
place
did.
I'd like to live in. What was that?
Except the time that they did when she sent him a letter.
That... God damn it. This is spoilers!
What
It's not
scene?
really a place I'd like to live in. The doctors and nurses feel so impersonal and faceless.
It's kind of rude.
I guess it's because they're in a hurry and they have a million other patients waiting for them. How big is this hospital?
Well, haven't you seen Lost? Like, come on, guys.
But it
That
makes me
one.
feel uncomfortable.
God.
For the first month or so, I asked the head cardiologist every time I saw him for a rough estimate of when I'd be able to leave, and he
Never.
never answered anything in a straightforward way. But he told me to wait and see if the treatment and surgeries worked. So I idly observed the scar that those surgeries had left on my chest slowly change its appearance over time, thinking of it as some kind of an omen.
Rorschach?
I still ask the head cardiologist about leaving, but my expectations are low enough now that I'm
No.
not disappointed anymore when I don't get a reply. The way he shuffles around the answer shows that there's at least some hope. How?
I'm just imagining the scene with Hanako where you're showing her your scars, being like the scene from Watchmen
Or what
where
about...
Rorschach goes to the doctor, is like, tell me what you see. He screams at Hanako, what do you see?
You wanna know how I got these scars?
Oh God.
At some point, I stopped watching TV. I don't know why, I just did. Maybe it was the wrong kind of escapism for my situation. I started reading instead. There was a small library at the hospital, although it was more like a storeroom for books. I began working my way through it, one small stack at a time. After consuming them, I would go back for more. Hold on a second.
Consuming. Oh wow. So kind of professional.
Can I point out?
He consumes books.
They walk in on him, and he's just like pushing them against his chest, and they're like fusing with him. And he looks at them. You saw nothing, nurse.
Nurse. He's there and he's like, hey, let's put our pants back on.
No, it's just, hey, how you doing, man?
And
You'll
he's just like,
probably know me in the future.
and then he looks
What
at him,
is
takes
going
his
on out there? Hey, entertain our guests. Something's going on outside.
oh God, things are happening. That's not a good omen. That's not a good thing. He's probably being stupid somewhere. Also, 3 AM, isn't it? It's gonna be really boring for a while, and he says only real character development is books.
God, I should just kick everybody out of my house while I'm recording. Make them go sleep outside.
So I just told him that basically he says entire character is books.
Yeah. That's basically there's two concrete things about his character that never change. He likes reading and he used to like soccer a little bit, but not that much.
Yeah, and even he said himself is like books. That's kind of bad. That's the only thing.
Yeah. He's
But
like,
it's like,
the fact that this is my defining character trait is probably not healthy. I found that I liked reading, and I even think I came. God damn it! I think I even became a bit addicted.
if you're consuming books, I don't see where he might have thought that.
I started feeling naked without a book in my hands, probably because I was naked. Oops. But I loved the stories. That was what my life was like. The days became increasingly harder to distinguish from each other, differing only by the book I was reading and the weather outside. It felt like time blurred into some kind of gooey mass I was trapped inside instead of moving within. A week could go by without me really noticing it. Sometimes I'd pause in realization that I didn't know what day of the week it was. But other times, all the things that surrounding me would painfully crash into my consciousness through the barrier of nonchalance I had set up for myself. The pages of my book would start to feel sharp and burning hot, and the heaviness in my chest would become so hard to bear that I had to put the book aside and just lay down for a while, looking at the ceiling as if I was going to cry. But that happened only rarely, and I couldn't even cry.
Well, casual.
Scrub, get good. Today, the doctor comes in. Can I point out this animated background? I'm pretty sure this is like one of 3 points in the game in which there's an animated background.
There's effort put into this. This is an important place.
Today,
You come back here a lot.
you're here like every other day. Today, the doctor comes in. I just completely changed the voice I'm going with, but I'm going to roll with it. Today, the doctor comes in and gives me a smile. He seems excited, but not very. It's like he's trying to make an effort to be happy on my behalf. My parents are here. It's been a few days since I've last seen them. Both of them are even sort of dressed up. Is this supposed to be some kind of special occasion? It's not a party. Yes, no thanks, I don't like to party. There's this ritual the head cardiologist has. He takes his time, sorting his papers, then setting them aside as if to make a point of the pointlessness of what he had just did. Then he casually sits down on the edge of the bed next to mine. He looks me in the eye for a moment. Hello, Hisao. How are you today? Awful! I don't answer him, but I smile a little, back at him. I believe you can go home. Your heart is stronger now, and with some precautions, you should be fine. We have all your medications sorted out. I'll give your father the prescription. The doctor hands a sheet of paper to my dad, whose expression turns wooden as he reads it quickly. So many. That's nice and comforting, Dad. He just looks at it. Jesus Christ, this is unreasonable. What are you doing to my son? I take it from his hand and take a look myself, feeling numb. How am I supposed to react to this?
I have to take pills? Holy shit.
I can't handle this kind of pressure, man. The absurdly long list of medications staring back at me from the paper.
Yeah, I feel that's a medication he has to take, is cardiac.
Cardiac. Dude, what about erectile dysfunction? That's on this list.
Oh god.
It is. We can probably... No, we can probably find it. Let's look. Look for it, look for it, look for it. Look. Keep your eyes open. See if we can find it.
Clinical.
I don't see anything. I don't see anything. Oh, dysfunction. I see dysfunction. I saw dysfunction.
Decreased.
I saw dysfunction. I think that was it. I saw the word dysfunction.
Okay.
The absurdly long list of medications staring back at me from the paper seems insurmountable. They all blend together in a sea of letters. This is insane. Side effects, adverse effects, contraindications. I don't know that word. And dosages are listed line after line with cold precision. I try to read them, but it's so futile. I can't understand any of it. Attempting to only makes me feel sicker.
You don't understand.
He looks at it. I don't understand. It's working fine right now. They're like, oh god damn it, Hisao, that's not, please.
It's weird.
Guys, look, it's fine. Look at it, look.
He's naked the whole time, I forgot.
All this for the rest of my life? Every day? I'm afraid that this is the best we can do at this point. However, new medications are always being developed, so I wouldn't be surprised to see that list fade over the years. Years? What kind of confidence booster is that? I'd have felt better if you hadn't said anything at all. Also, I've spoken with your parents, and we believe that it would be best if you don't return to your old school. What?
Okay, yeah, sure. This is taken.
If I just stop for a second, it's probably because I'm taking a sip, so just fill in that silence for me, Patrick. Please, calm down, Hisao. Listen to what the doctor has to say.
No way, I was just thinking, it's like, why can't I go to my old school? It works fine.
This is fine for my studies. This works for me, okay? Like, Hisao, please.
Clothes on.
It's like, I can't. I don't have a book in my hand. I just, god damn it, Hisao. Calm down. The way he says it tells me he knew full well that I wouldn't like it. Am I going to be homeschooled? Whatever my concern shows, it's ignored. We all understand that your education is paramount. However, I don't think that it's wise for you to be without supervision. At least, not until we're sure that your medication is suitable. So, I've spoken to your parents about a transfer. It's a school called Yamaku Academy that specializes in dealing with disabled students. Disabled? What? Am I?
Yes.
Yes, you are.
Like, look at the laundry list of
Yeah, look at this. Look at
medication.
this, like, just like shopping receipt of things that are wrong with you or will be wrong with you.
Something that surprised me about Yamaka High, that like when you think of a school for disabled people, you immediately think deformed freaks all over the place.
Yeah, meanwhile, everybody's,
A lot of people, there's one person whose their disability is basically like they'll just be like fine, and then they'll feel like they haven't slept. They just need to sleep. That's their disability. They're just like, I need to sleep
what about
now.
the guy with a paralyzed arm? That's totally his problem, guys. It's totally not something else. Trust us. It has a 24-hour nursing staff, and it's only a few minutes from a highly regarded general hospital. The majority of students live on the campus. Think of it as a boarding school of sorts. It's designed to give students a degree of independence while keeping help nearby. Independence? It's a school for disabled kids. Don't try to disguise that fact.
Whoa.
If it was really that free, there wouldn't be a 24-hour nursing staff. You wouldn't make a hospital being nearby a selling point. Of course, that's only if you want to go, but your mother and I aren't really able to homeschool you.
Why not? You don't love me?
What, you don't love me anymore, Mom? Dad? We can't love anybody as heartless as you.
And he has just this massive erection while he said
We went out there and had a look a couple of weeks back. I think you'd like it. His voice is supposed to be deeper, I'm sorry. It looks like I really don't have a choice. Compared to other heart problems, people with your condition usually tend to live long lives. You'll need a job one day, and this is a good opportunity to continue your education. This isn't an opportunity. Don't call it an opportunity. Don't call it a goddamn opportunity. God. Well, you should be excited at the chance to go back to school. I remember you wanted to return to school, and while it's not the same one, a special school, that's an insult. That's what I want to say. It's a step down. It's not what you think. It's a step up. All of the students there are pretty active in their own sort of way. Also, all of them are written by professionals. Every single one of them. So all of them have detailed plots for you to pursue. It's a very interesting feature. None of these people live boring lives at all. Except for that blue person. We don't talk about blue.
I want to go down blue though.
Mm-mm. No. I don't wanna. I don't care if it'll be funny or it's gonna be painful.
Fine.
It's geared towards students that can still get around and learn, but just need a little help in one way or another. For instance, the person who has no goddamn legs. Your father's right. And many of the graduates of the school have gone on to do amazing things. A person doesn't have to be held back by their disability. One of my colleagues in another hospital is a graduate.
That sounds spooky.
I believe his last name was Sato. He was a weirdo, though. We don't talk about him. I don't care. Oh, a person doesn't have to be held back by the disability. That's what a disability is. Jesus, I really hate that something so important was decided for me. But what can I do about it? A normal life is out of the question now.
I forgot how much like he's against the whole fact of it. Once he gets there, he's like, no, I don't even care anymore.
No, when he gets there, he's still super negative about it. He forces himself to be a bit more okay with it. You'll see. It's funny. I'd always thought of my life as being... That's what he thought of his life being. I'd always thought of my life. God damn it. I'd always thought my life was actually kind of boring. But now I miss it. I want to protest. I want to blame this lack of reaction on shock or fatigue. I could easily yell out something now. Something about how I can go back to school anyway.
Bacon.
But no. I don't say anything. The fact is that I know now it's futile. I look around the room, feeling very tired of all of this. The hospital, doctors, my condition, everything. I don't see anything that would make me feel any different. There really isn't a choice. I know this. But the thought of going to a disabled school, what are those even like? As much as I've tried to put a positive spin on this, it's very difficult. But let me try. A clean slate isn't a bad thing.
Yes, it is.
That is all I can say. That is all I can think of to get me through this. At least I still have something. Even if it's a special school, it's something. It's a fresh start, and my life isn't over. It would be a mistake to just resign myself to thinking that. I should probably... Let me do something in the options here. That's just... Options.
I have an idea of what you're doing. Yeah. Text speed.
Yeah, I was changing the text speed. That's all I went in there to do.
Oh, but it doesn't work sometimes.
At the very least, I'll try to see what... well, that means that we just have to go down some of the more PC routes. What? PG. At the very least, I'll try to see what my new life will look like. And I say, we cut recording here. That will be our first episode, and we'll immediately start recording episode 2, because who cares, right? Do I look like I care?
I like to think that the heart in the thing was what they gave him as a welcoming present.
No, the doctors just gave it to him. Look, I know you're sad about this. Here, have a heart plushie, and he just holds it. This is exactly what I needed, and then he's super happy again. Alright, okay, so, back again next time. This has been 2 goddamn retards playing an awful game. Yay!